to really come out of the gates, firing hot. You have Sarangani, who have won all of their games by just a few points. Ito namang Nueva Ecija have won all their games by blowouts, an average of 25 points per game in their winning margin. So, titingnan natin, this is going to be the first real test para sa Nueva Ecija, and can Sarangani sustain their winning run against a title contender in the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguard?
And we have very passionate coaches in John Calios, and we also have Coach Gerson Cabildes going up against him. That's going to be a good story for us as well. Then later on, we're also going to hear from our courtside reporter, si Gianna Lianes. Now, Javi, of course, kailangan makita natin yung standings natin, where our two teams hail at the top of their respective divisions. Unahin natin ang Nueva Ecija sa North.
Well, here, Nueva Ecija, obviously, Immaculate still at 5-0, just like Sarangani that we're going to see later in the South Division. They're lording it over. It's no surprise because this lineup very loaded in every position, no matter who you put. Hanggang sa third unit, parehong energy, parehong effort, parehong laro ang binibigay ng mga bata ni Coach Gerson Cabildes, and it is no surprise, absolutely, that Nueva Ecija is 5-0 at this point.
Some might even say even the third unit looks like an all-star team. Speaking of the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. On the other end, Sarangani, they're not on top of the South, but that's because Batangas has played 6 games.
Well, they have a chance to tie Batangas right now with a win against Nueva Ecija, but this will be a tall task for them. Sarangani, not a pushover team, but definitely going up against the Nueva Ecija squad. Sila ang underdogs in this game. So, it will be interesting to see what kind of game plan that Coach John Calios will apply to this game against the Rice Vanguard.
We can expect from Nueva Ecija that signature run and gun that they implement, highlighting the skills of their players. Nakita rin natin yan in their previous game against Quezon City, where it was another blowout. It was close in the first quarter, but as soon as the buzzer for the second started, lumayo na agad ang Rice Vanguards.
Well, you know, Nueva Ecija has a tendency to start out flat, but these guys can flip the switch anytime, and that's exactly what happened in this game against Quezon City. Obviously dominating all facets of this game. These are the important numbers that you see on your screens. The assists, no surprises here. The core of this team have been playing with each other for quite some time already, and they are very unselfish despite the big names that they have on their roster, always willing to give up the extra pass and the better opportunities to their teammates.
Well, their coaches will tell you the same thing. They have bought into the system, and one of those stars that we have been talking about is Michael Wico. That guy used to start from Pampanga, took his talents to Nueva Ecija, and he has been playing very well this season.
Well, you know, Coach Gerson Cabildes has a knack for changing up his starting lineups because of the depth of his roster, but Michael Vico, really a fixture in the starting lineup just because of the energy and the aggressiveness that he brings on both ends of the floor, and that is why it is no surprise that he is playing very well para kay Coach Gerson Cabildes, and that is why we are featuring him as one of our key players dito sa ating laro.
18.6 rebounds, 5 assists, good numbers mula kay Michael Vico in the previous game. But let's talk about the previous game naman ng Sarangani Marlins. This was a very tough match against the Jensen Warriors. It went into overtime. Thank God para kay Ivan Ludovice, who made that game-tying shot to send it into OT.
Again, the free throws really propelled them to this victory. They made it when it mattered most. And in overtime, bench points, 29, nakikita mo dyan. This was because of the Andoy Estrella takeover in the extra period. Of course, we want to highlight the Ivan Ludovice game winner, but Andoy Estrella did the bulk of the work in that extra period that helped them snatch the victory away from Jensen in that game.
There you see Ivan Ludovice on your screen. He's going to be a very, very key player for today's ball game. 17, 4 and 4 for the former Bedista. And we even talked to Coach John Calias earlier today, and he told us that when it comes to leadership, he really relies on Ivan Ludovice.
You know, despite the plethora of scorers that Coach John Calias has at his disposal, Ivan Ludovice, a grizzled veteran dito sa MPBL, and he really knows how to perform at a very high level, and expect him to be that kind of player once again in a very important game against a tough team.
There we go. So we will begin with our matchup between Nueva Ecija and Sarangani. Let's send you over to Richard Dampos for our starting lineups.
money on the OK Bet Manny Pacquiao's MBBL fourth season. Now let's carry on the starting five. First, for Nueva Ecija, Rise Vanguards. Vanguard number 7, Heset Cabo. Forward number 23, Jay Collado. Center number 28, Michael Mabulak. Starting at guard number 29, Michael Huico. And at forward number 51, Byron Villarias. Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards is led by Gerson Cabildes. Assistant coaches, Noy Catalan, Bong Pineda, Arnold Oliveros, and Joseph Guion, and Harold Nang. Team manager, Ivan Cuevas. Team owner is Bong Cuevas. Here's the starting five for the OK Bet Sarangani Marlins. Forward number 3, Jordan Santa Ana. Playing center number 6, John Gabriel. Power forward number 17, Danny Marilao. One guard number 16, Ivan Ludovice. Shooting guard number 7, Kit Jimenez. Okay, Bet Sarangani Marlins head coach is John Calios. His assistants are Bonnie Garcia, Gilbert Cole, Miguel Martin, Andrew Bellarmino, Jester Macabagdal, and Joshua Inocentes. Team manager, J.R. Navarro. Team owner is
It's the
Johnny
battle between
B.
two undefeated teams, Sarangani versus Nueva Ecija, beginning with Ivan Ludovice, Kit Jimenez, Jonathan Gabriel, Jordan Santa Ana, and Danny Marilao for the Marlins. And then, for the Rise Vanguards, we have Heset Gabo, Michael Wico, Michael Mabulak, Jay Collado, and they also have Byron Villarias taking the floor. Again, we thank you for catching us live here in the MPBL Facebook page. Mix Gomez, Javi Palanya, and Gianna Llanes at your service all the way from the Orion Sports Complex in Bataan. At the start of this ball game, Javi, we all know the struggles of Nueva Ecija, but how do you see them matching up against Sarangani?
Well, right now they have to assert their dominance. They are the taller team, man for man. And you see there, Michael Wico right away being set up at the post area, being aggressive and getting the basket right away para sa Nueva Ecija.
Talked about him as a key player for the Rise Vanguards. Had 18 big points in their previous games, staying aggressive here. And then on the other end, the other key player, Ivan Ludovice, absorbing the contact mula kay Jay Collado. Lagi natin pinag-uusapan, Javi, just how deep this Nueva Ecija team is. But if you ask Coach John Calios, what is your favorite thing about your team? Ang sagot niya is that they are also a deep team.
Well, sabi nga natin, hindi rin short sa talent ito Sarangani team. As Mabulak, excellent trail job right there, but just could not finish.
On the other end, Santa Ana running the floor. He will score.
Migs, we're just in our second game and the crowd is already roaring.
That's a great point. Simula pa lang, even in our first game, dumadami na agad. But here, deservingly so, our top two teams, or two of the top teams in the league, getting a jam-packed crowd in Bataan. Heset Gabo onto Villarias for 3. No bounce for him. And we'll also take this time, Javi, to remind everyone later on, Cyrus Baguio coming into town to face Bataan and the rest of their squad as we take a look at Jordan Santa Ana with his aggressive drive against Jay Collado.
That's a great finish by Santa Ana, challenging the big man, Jay Collado, and finishing on the break.
Here's Kit Jimenez, another crowd favorite in the MPBL. Marilao will fire. It's too strong. Tapped away. Ball will remain with the purple shirts.
You know, whenever Kit Jimenez plays, kahit di pa tayo naglalaro sa Sarangani, it seems like when Sarangani comes to play, lagi nilang home court because of the crowd that Kit Jimenez draws.
Yes. Kanina, we were entertained by Gerald Anderson, who got the Best Player of the Game award in their big win against Quezon City this time around. The crowd feeling it para kay Kit Jimenez, who, as Coach John Calios also talked about, hindi niya inakala na ganyan siya kagaling We all saw his highlights in YouTube, but the moment he stepped on court in their practice, he was really impressed by the hard work that this guy just puts on the floor.
Well, that is because of the hard work that he puts in practice. He does a lot of skill work. He does a lot of extra work to work on his weaknesses. And really, it translated into the court dito sa MPBL. And you know, Kit Jimenez, despite his struggles the past games, he's still able to make plays for his teammates and be an impactful player para sa Sarangani on the floor.
Jay Collado connecting with that high-low alongside Michael Mabuyak. That's something, Javi, that we have seen time and time again from Nueva Ecija.
Patented play right there for Nueva Ecija because of the talented and very deep front line that Coach Gerson Cabiltes has. Ika nga ng mga colleagues ko dati. I mean, these big men of Nueva Ecija are like linebackers in the NFL.
They are very big, very strong, and very talented rebounders and scorers as well. Now let's go to Gianna Llanes, who has a report for us.
Mix and Javi, according to Coach Gerson of Nueva Ecija, excited nga daw sila sa very first home game nila in a few days, but he told his players the priority is to focus on tonight. Undefeated nga sila, pero sabi niya wala pa daw kasi silang natapat na contender until now. In his words, going against Sarangani is going to be a tough grind. But confident siya sa scouting niya. Coach Gerson adds, I've always been a coach that studies the opponent very hard, and I especially did that for Sarangani. No Chris Bitoan for the Rice Vanguards today, but homegrown player Clark Derigue is activated. Mix and Javi?
Thank you so much, Gianna, for that report. And that is a good reminder for everyone. Nueva Ecija will be facing Laguna for the very first time in their home court. Sa Nueva Ecija po tayo sa darating na Tuesday. John Gabriel getting the second basket in for Sarangani.
Gabriel able to get the advantage over Collado there because JJ gave him the baseline. As you see, the very aggressive defense of Kit Jimenez on one of our top point guards dito sa MPBL in Hesed Gabo.
Rarely do you see the roars, or do you hear the roars from the crowd as their team is playing defense. And then now it's a technical foul. It's Michael Mabulak. And they're hearing it from the crowd. Again, this is only the second game in your MPBL Saturday. He's asking for a foul off of that block mula kay John Gabriel.
Well, it's definitely going to be a game filled with a lot of tension, a lot of emotion. So it's going to be a challenge for players from both teams to keep those emotions in check and not let it distract them in this game, because we all know this is a very important game for both squads as they look to stay undefeated dito sa ating regular season.
Gianna just mentioned that this is the first real test for Nueva Ecija, and certainly Michael Mabulak has to be wary of that, going up against a tough team. They're used to winning by 25 points. They're used to scoring 95 points per game. They are the best in the league in terms of scoring. But they are going up against a very tough team in Sarangani. 5 to 4 hour score, 3 minutes of change gone by in the first quarter. Santa Ana driving right, then on the shot clock. Dangerous situation, and he picks up the foul.
A little too aggressive right there on the defensive pressure was Myron Villarias. One of the reasons why Villarias also a constant fixture in that starting lineup para kay Coach Gerson Cabiltes. One of the most underrated two-way players that we have here in the MPBL. Of course, we know how deadly he is from the outside, but also a very great defender.
To your point, number 1 in the league in steals, 3.8 steals per game. That's a lot.
And, you know, he's not the quickest of players. He's not the most athletic, but he definitely is one of the smartest defenders.
Michael Vico driving, looking for a teammate, decides to lay it up, but he misses. Rebound, Marilao. Pete Jimenez now has the handle. Expect the roars from the crowd. Jimenez missing from 3. Rebound, Danny Marilao. The putback is good.
You know, that this is something that Kit Jimenez has to try to work on. Now that he draws a lot of the crowd, he has to be able to deal with the pressure because the past few games he's been struggling offensively. And yun talaga, he has to know how to be able to embrace the spotlight because he's a blossoming superstar in this league.
At this point, it's Danny Marilao who is stepping up to that spotlight, giving Sarangani the first lead of the ball game, 6-5, 3.5 gone by in our first quarter.
Basketball na ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan, todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo, sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin, buong bansa'y magsama-sama.
Nagbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, as we are currently in the Orion Sports Complex in Bataan. Batiin din natin ang ating founder na si Manny Pacquiao, who is watching all the way from Europe. Just happy to have him with us even though he's taking a vacation, Javi. And I hope you are enjoying the action all the way from where you are. Two Titans battling it out. Michael Wico will be called for traveling.
Forcing the issue there was Michael Wico. He was shut down the door already there after that drop step, but still attempted to put up a shot. And in the process, took another step, and that's the reason why our referees blew that traveling violation on him.
First turnover of the ball game for Nueva Ecija, tatlo para sa Sarangani. Here's John Gabriel, good matchup against Jay Collado. And there's a push mula kay Jordan Santa Ana. Tumalsik dun si Byron Villarias.
Now these useless fouls will have to be controlled para dito sa Sarangani, especially with a guy like Jordan Santa Ana, who is a valuable rotation in the guard spot para kay Coach John Callos. Brings a lot of length on the defensive end and also aggressiveness on the offensive end.
5 minutes and 42. Michael Wico receiving the ball up top. Lumalabas si Byron Villarias. Byron driving left, the kick out. Collado to three, bombs away. Fast break opportunity on the other end as there is an unsportsmanlike foul involving Jordan Santa Ana and Michael Wico.
These two guys have been going at it ever since the start of the game. Wico hit the opening basket, and after that, talagang no love lost between these two players.
Well, we all know that from Michael Wico. He always plays his heart out. Sometimes he gets into some things like that, but you know he's going to recover. And you have some leaders like Hesed Gabo talking to you like that, surely he's going to help out.
And you know, sometimes when this happens to Michael Wico, he bounces back and he even exerts an even greater effort to put in a better performance on the court. So let's see kung this will flip the switch for him in this game.
Well, one thing's for sure, Javi. In the first 4.5 minutes of the ball game, hindi nagkulang in terms of aggressiveness and effort ang mga player natin.
Well, it's been a very heated battle as we look at this sequence. Nag-high lang naman si Michael Wico kay Jordan Santa Ana.
Referee caught it though. That's why the initial call was an unsportsmanlike against Wico.
And Wico is claiming na may konting pagka-flop, hindi naman daw ganun kalakas yung bangga.
I think the referees are reviewing if it's a double foul or an unsportsmanlike foul. I'm sure a lot of people are enjoying the action. Kasama na dyan, syempre, ang governor ng Sarangani Province, Governor Rogelio Pacquiao, and of course, Mayor Lorly Pacquiao of General Santos City. Congratulations to you, ma'am, as well, and your team who just won earlier today. A 30-point victory against the Quezon City Capitals.
Good evening po sa inyo. And of course, also to our founder,
yes,
si Senator Manny Pacquiao.
I'm pretty sure he's enjoying the action. It's not going on right now.
Yeah, but
But it is exciting.
Yes, it definitely is. And, you know, we're barely halfway into this first quarter.
All right, so the call is that Michael Wico absorbed a foul, or he's called for the foul. Jordan Santa Ana just given a warning for unsportsmanlike behavior. 8-6 our score. Ivan Ludovice with a good matchup against Cesed Gabo. 13 on the shot clock, stolen away by Renz Palma. And there's a foul on the recovery mula kay Ivan Ludovice.
Ivan Ludovice drove into trouble right there. Renz Palma was ready to steal that basketball.
Pasok ngayon, Gabby Espinas for the first time para sa Sarangani. He looks like he's still in the same uniform as a couple of years back with Manila because of the colors, but he is playing for a different team. Cesed Gabo going left, layup, no go, rebound Espinas. And that's going to be a foul on Renz Palma.
Tried to stop the play right there. But not a good foul because that puts the Rice Vanguards over the limit. But a lot of time still left dito sa ating unang yugto.
Not even halfway done. The crowd is enjoying it for sure. This is not even the home game for today. Jordan Santa Ana looking to tie things up at 8-all. We would like to remind everyone, Nueva Ecija will be defending their home court for the very first time on Tuesday against Laguna. And then they will do it again on July 12 against San Juan.
Oh, very exciting to have the MPBL sa Nueva Ecija. So mga Nueva Ecijano.
Second
Abangan
free
nyo yan.
throw. It's a miss. Rebound Marilao. Good effort from him. They go to Ludovice for three. No. Nueva Ecija still with that lead. Over halfway done in the first quarter. And Palma. Miss Macaloni for the putback. Oh, there's that ability to steal mula kay Byron Villarias.
All right now, Nueva Ecija putting on that vaunted pressure defense that they've been known for. Always a staple of every team that Coach Jerson Cabildes handles.
5-point lead. Espinas. They give it to Santa Ana. Losing space. He's able to find Marilao on the last second.
Marilao has been doing a yeoman's job finishing those baskets. He's been a beneficiary of a lot of good finds by his teammates.
Such a trusted player para kay Coach John Calios. Joining him from Caloocan to Sarangani. Here's Kit Jimenez. Looking for daylight. And there's a steal by Macaloni. No guy to beat. Macaloni will get that layup to go.
And the coaching staff of Nueva Ecija, despite that finish by Macaloni, complaining of a dribbling violation on Kit Jimenez.
You all know how fired up Coach Jerson Cabildes can be as well. Almost a turnover. It will remain with the purple shirts.
Always the very animated character on the sidelines.
And he's still going at, going at it with the referee. There you see him, Coach Jerson, fired up even though it's 2 points for his team.
And it's a 5-point lead by Nueva Ecija at this point. Coach Jerson gotta keep his temper in check. We're just in the first quarter.
There it is. So it's a technical foul called against Coach Jerson. A little bit too aggressive right there for the head coach of Nueva Ecija. We are not new to this site.
Oh yeah,
We are not
definitely
new to it.
not.
But one thing's for sure, we have to love the fire as well coming from Coach Jerson. The passion that he brings to this Nueva Ecija team. Remember his story, he came from Basilan. He was the one handed on with that lineup, a struggling lineup with Dennis Daa leading the way. And then he started building that Basilan squad. Got the likes of Alin Bolanadi, Hesed Gabo, and also Jay Collado. And then they were able to reach the division finals of the MPBL. After that, nag-champion sila sa Invitational. At ngayon, nakabuo siya ng isang star-studded team in Nueva Ecija.
You know, every time you watch them, it's like you're watching an all-star game.
Just look at him at the sideline. 14-10 our score. And there's a charge against Reggie Boy Basibas. By the way, no, couple of substitutions. 4 out of the 5 for Sarangani. In Basibas, Paul Sanga, Andoy Estrella, and Donald Gumaru. On the other end, Shaq Taganas is in the ball game alongside Jonathan Uiloan. They are playing with Hesed Gabo, Will Macaloni, and Renz Palma. 3 minutes and 25. Macaloni trying to spin away. He loses the basketball. It will be a turnover.
Good defense right there by Basibas. Able to tap it on Macaloni before it went out of bounds.
3 minutes and 18. Still a 4-point deficit for Andoy Estrella and Sarangani. Here's Gabby Espinas. We all know what this guy can do. Espinas trying to muscle his way against Taganas. He gets the foul. It's gonna count. Or was that a charge?
It's gonna be an offensive foul, yes.
There you go.
Let's see that once again. There's that hook. Very obvious call by our referees. It is very hard to back up against a guy like Shaq Taganas.
What a great matchup though. Gabby Espinas trying to post up against Shaq Taganas. Will this be a turnover? It will be for Renz Palma and Nueva Ecija. A lot of whistles here having the first quarter.
Yeah, Palma didn't really know what to do with the basketball on that occasion. Running into trouble right away and turning the ball over.
14-10. Gabby Espinas facing up against Shaq Taganas. There's that jump shot. Way too easy for Gabby.
Now that is something where he can beat Shaq Taganas. That face-up game of his rather than backing Shaq Taganas down.
And good for him to show us just how versatile he is offensively in a quick manner. On the other end, high-low ulit ang sinubukan ng Nueva Ecija. And they picked up a foul.
It's going to be a tall order para kay Basibas as we see here. Jab step, pull up off the glass by the former NCAA rookie MVP.
Will Macaloni proceeding to the line. A former all-star as well in the MPBL when he used to play for Cebu. But then again, there are a lot of all-stars in this Nueva Ecija squad. 15-12 our score. It has been a long first quarter with all the whistles.
Intensity hasn't been short in the beginning of this game.
But then again, this is what the fans have been looking for. Not even the home game for today yet. Full court pressure defense mula sa Nueva Ecija. Here's Andoy Estrella. Basibas asking for it. He's gonna have to give up a screen. Reggie Boy finding some space right there and he scores.
A great find right there by Basibas. Getting a lane to the basket.
16-14, 2-point game. Almost a walk mula kay Shaq Taganas. Palma, good play. Shaq could not score. Palma on the recovery, wala pa rin. And here come the Marlins. Donald Gumaru. Good feed to Basibas.
Basibas trailing Donald Gumaru. I thought Gumaru was going to kick it out to Paul Sanga, but Macaloni going hard to the hole, but an offensive foul called on Will Macaloni.
Just as they thought they had a great opportunity to score and to take the lead back, goes the other way. We're tied at 16. Sarangani looking to take the lead. Take a look at that replay.
There was an extension of that forearm.
Battled for the loose ball on the other end. Bodies were on the floor. It went out of bounds in favor of the Rice Vanguards.
Nobody seeming to give an inch here, Migs.
Exactly.
The competitiveness of both squads and the pride of all the players. Ang nangingibabaw talaga dito, you know, the will to win is very high between these two squads.
Reminding everyone, Nueva Ecija is at, or both teams are at 5-0. Nueva Ecija number 1 in the North Division. Sarangani number 2 in the South, just behind Batangas. Here's Pamboy for 3, no go. Rebound, good effort at the last second for Sarangani. Could have been an easy rebound for Will Macaloni.
Australia tipping that ball out of bounds.
Minute remaining in the first. Uiloan, last pass, or pass at the last second. And the beneficiary is Will Macaloni.
There's that little elevator screen that they set for Jonathan Uiloan in the roll right after. Great find there by Uiloan to get to Macaloni for the deuce.
There's a cut, Estrella. Here you go. Great passing from both ends of the floor. This time it's Basiba scoring.
One of the most underrated point guards here in the MPBL, Andoy Estrella.
That guy has been a journeyman from Quezon City. Played with San Juan as well. Now with Sarangani. 9 on the shot clock. 21 on the game clock. Uiloan looking for a teammate. Decides to fire. And he misses. Good effort mula kay Pamboy Raimundo. Almost stolen away. He's in trouble. Able to find Macaloni. Will driving, and he scores. 2 seconds remaining. 10 points in the ball game for Will Macaloni, and that will end our first quarter action. That surely did not disappoint.
Boy, oh boy, he has been having his way inside that shaded area. I don't know why Sarangani has been giving him that left side. As we see, that patented high-low play na ginawa numerous times in that first quarter by Nueva Ecija. But a tight game that we have here because both teams refusing to give an inch. Itong si Marilao doing a good job of getting easy baskets underneath, but Will Macaloni, the brightest star among everybody in that first period with 10 points.
Folks, hold on to your seats. This is going to be a good one as expected. After the first quarter, our score is 20-18. Only a 2-point lead for the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards.
Labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung bayanigang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama.
Here you see the crowd here in the Orion Sports Complex in Bataan. Again, this is only your second game of your MPBL Saturday. Later on, it will be Bataan versus Valenzuela. But this one, at hand right now, surely is an exciting one. 20-18 our score between two undefeated squads, Nueva Ecija and Sarangani. Again, thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez alongside Javi Palanya and Gianna Lianes at your service for today.
First quarter field goal story on your screen. Di masyado nagkakalayo, but Nueva Ecija had more attempts in that first quarter because of the numerous second chance opportunities that they got off those offensive rebounds. Kaya lang, hindi sila masyado nakapag-convert on those.
Pamboy Raimundo with a good strip numbers para sa Nueva Ecija, and they do take advantage. Bobby Balucanag with his first 2 points in the ball game.
Ang walang kakupas-kupas na si Bobby Balucanag.
That guy had 11 points and 5 rebounds in their previous win. Donald Gumaru, they swing it over to Paul Sanga. The long-time sharpshooter para kay Coach John Calios, fading away. That's way short for him. 22-18. Renz Palma. They swing it to Pamboy. Screen up top. Wala kay Shaq Taganas. Raimundo looking for a teammate. Beautiful feed from Bobby Palucanag, finding Shaq Taganas.
There's that chemistry on display para sa Nueva Ecija. Touch pass by Bobby B going to the cutting Shaq Taganas. But Bamboy Raimundo, excellent maneuvering off that two-man game up top to make that play possible.
Gotta love the patience mula kay Pamboy. There was no angle to give it to Shaq Taganas. Found another teammate who eventually found Taganas. Just missing the first free throw. We talked about All-Stars. That guy was the All-Star for the Bulacan Cuyas.
Still holds, I think, the single game record
Rebounds, right?
of rebounds in this league. Ito si Shaq Taganas.
Second free throw is good. Sarangani now facing a 5-point deficit. And there will be an early timeout here. 23-18 our score.
Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang pakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang tubunan. Basketball na muna.
Andoy Australia shares na he was able to really shine dito sa Sarangani because Coach John has always told him that chill lang siya dapat maglaro and no pressure at all. After 2 years of absolutely no basketball and running a milk tea business, Andoy shares na he jumped on the opportunity to join Coach John's team right away when he was offered through phone call. Nakita nga natin siya since the first MPBL season, but he said that he has definitely improved lalo na sa pagiging leader. He even adds na to get inspired, he watches videos of his idol Jason Castro. And this leadership is exactly what Coach John is looking for the rest of the game from Andoy. Back to you guys.
That was beautiful. I mean, if you're Andoy Estrella, you're watching your idol Jason Castro and you're playing with his former teammate in Gabby Espinas.
Yeah, I mean, Andoy Estrella, like Gianna said, he has been improving on his leadership. But I've seen this guy ever since he was in high school playing for Angelicum, before he even moved to Mapua, and he has always been a natural leader.
Andoy Estrella, he has been crucial para sa Sarangani. 16 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals in their previous game. Taganas with a kick out. Uilon fakes, passes. Raimundo, open 3. Yes, sir!
How hard is it to rotate defensively when the ball is moving swiftly like that?
And that was some great movement mula sa Nueva Ecija. The spacing was there. Oilon with a great recognition. And then, an early stop on the other end, getting that charge.
Sibas extending that hip a little bit to pin down itong si Pamboy Raimundo.
Basibas now in foul trouble. Although he is the leading scorer of Sarangani with 6 markers. Jonathan Nailon off of another beautiful feed. Now Javi, the lead is up to 10 points.
Previously, Sarangani has stuck to a man-to-man. Changed it up right now with a little 2-3 zone. An extended one at that. But you see the patience, methodically breaking down the defense, finding the open man, Jonathan Oiloan, and one opportunity para sa kanya.
In the words of their assistant coach, si Harold Nang, Jonathan Oiloan has been that leader for Nueva Ecija. And that stands out because, again, this is a team with a lot of star power. And the first problem that you're going to think of is Sa lahat ng mga pride na mga yan, how can you gel these players all together? And certainly, Coach Gerson Cabiltes needs help from the court, and he's getting it from one Jonathan Oilon.
And he's not just leading by being vocal to his teammates. He's showing it by example. One of the hardest workers on this team. You could see him really put in the work day in and day out. And that's exactly why these Nueva Ecija players hold themselves to a high value of excellence.
We talked about them having slow starts in our league so far. It was a close first quarter, but they have dominated the second. An 8-0 run para sa Nueva Ecija. Now it's 28-18.
And just as we are progressing in this game, so has the heat, the emotion, the intensity of this ball game. You look at that defensive possession by Nueva Ecija, really trying to aggressively trap Kit Jimenez to get the ball out of his hands, because Coach Gerson Cabiltes is very wary of the capabilities of this guy, as Espinas hits from straight away. 3-point shot para sa kanya.
Gabby Espinas playing big-time basketball for Sarangani. We all know that he is one of the leaders of this squad, but can he be that spark that they need? They're down by 7. Raimundo will fire. Just hit a 3 a while ago. That's a second one.
Guy can always get buckets in a hurry. Talking about Pamboy Raimundo, and here is Nueva Ecija once again on the run, but Siruma missing on that attempt.
On the other end, Santa Ana almost losing the basketball. Recovery for Sarangani. Ludovice will fire. He can't answer back. What a rebound by Balucanag. But he's fighting against Shaq Taganas.
Well, Shaq Taganas had it, but Bobby B just made sure that Nueva Ecija kept that possession for him.
6.5 minutes here in the second. Raimundo feeling it a little bit, but he turns it over. Numbers for Sarangani. It ends up with Ludovice with a layup.
That's a rare miscue on the offensive end that led to an advantage on the fast break para sa Sarangani. Turnover story right there on your screen. 13 na para sa Sarangani, and Nueva Ecija has capitalized on that by converting it into 18 turnover points.
The Marlins with a good chance here under 6 minutes. Down by 8. Can they capitalize with their previous basket? Kaunan looking for a teammate. Backdoor cut. Santa Ana. That's too strong. Rebound. It will go to the Rice Vanguards. All right, we go back with Nueva Ecija, 31-23, 5 minutes and 34 in our second quarter. Here's Cesar Gabo. Screen up top mula kay Michael Mabula. Collado all day long. That's way too easy. 9 points on 2 3-point shots for Jay Collado. Kit Jimenez will absorb the contact.
Well, he's been struggling with that outside shot to begin this season, but slowly has been getting into the groove, and this spells a lot of trouble for a lot of the opposing teams if Jay Collado has rediscovered his 3-point shot right there. Binaril pa ang bench.
It went straight to Clark Derigue, who was celebrating with him. Those two players, they actually share that common bond. Yung go-to play nila is that pick and pop, where they go at the top of the key to hit those 3-point shots.
And that's the interesting versatility that the front line of Nueva Ecija has. They can mix it up inside because of their heft, but they also have that ability to hit the outside shot.
Free throw made mula kay Kit Jimenez, 34-25. There's that pressure difference once more. Collado kicks it out. Manalang from the corner. No go. Opportunity here for Sarangani. Good bounce pass onto Jordan Santa Ana.
Dumaan pa sa butas ng karayom. Excellent timing on the bounce pass right there by Ludovice.
Sarangani trimming the lead down to 7. That's going to be a charge mula kay Hesed Gabo.
Oh, this time Kit Jimenez giving a dose of Nueva Ecia's own medicine to them. Able to successfully draw the offensive foul on Hesed Gabo.
Sarangani looking to take control here in the second quarter after a strong start by Nueva Ecija. Espinas facing up, made a jumper a while ago, missing this time. Hesed Gabo, one of the best in the league in terms of distributing that basketball. They go to Manalang. Billet kicks it out. Collado from the corner. That's another three.
Sarangani is having a tough time. Will they allow the roll by Michael Mabula, who is of course a threat whenever he gets close to the basket? But JJ Collado popping out as there is a jumper right there.
That's gonna count by the call of the referee. And there's a +1 here as Santa Ana went down off of that contact with Steven Siruma. Santa Ana is still on the floor, had trouble breathing a while ago. Might be just resting for a while. Steven Siruma is obviously unhappy with that call. Again, in this quarter, we began with a score of 20-18. Nueva Ecija had a quick 8-0 run. Sumasagot ngayon ang Sarangani, Javi. Just couldn't get that cushion, you know, yung tuloy-tuloy nilang momentum to keep on scoring to trim this lead down.
Oh, they haven't been able to string together a number of stops consecutively. Because every time they try to threaten itong Sarangani, Nueva Ecija constantly has an answer for that.
So it will be a baseline inbound para sa Sarangani. 14 on the shot clock, baseline inbound. Here's Kit Jimenez, catch and fire, that's too strong. Rebound, Gaunan. Santa Ana looking for a teammate, 7 on the shot clock. They counted the basket a while ago of Enrique Gaunan. Here's Jimenez with a step back 3. Another miss from him. Mabula finding Collado, faking inside, good block. Here's Sarangani. Can they capitalize? Bounce pass, blocked by Wico. It will be a foul against him.
And Coach Noy Catalan signaling right away to Michael Wico. Relax lang, relax lang.
Well, he was able to relax quickly because, again, it was involving Jordan Santa Ana, who he got tangled up with in the first quarter.
Readily acknowledged the foul as soon as Coach Noy put his hands up and said, "Kalma."
We all know Coach Noy is that first assistant coach para kay Coach Gerson Cabiltes. He actually substituted for him, no? A couple of weeks back when they won against QC. And we're also actually happy to say that Coach Gerson is back after surgery. So we're just happy to see all of our coaches, our players back on the court, especially after missing a lot of basketball in the past 2 years. 37-30 our score. 3 minutes and 10 in the second quarter. Here's Collado. 10 on the shot clock. Lumalabas, Byron Villarias. Down to 7. Byron for 3. That's short.
So hasn't been able to connect on the past few shots. Galing dito kay Byron Villarias.
To Davise. They go to Gabriel. Where can the offense come from? Ivan drives baseline. Fadeaway shot. That's a tough one. He misses. Rebound Santa Ana. One more pass, but it's a miss mula kay Gaunan. On the other end, here's Jay Collado. He's in double figures. Collado with a tough three. There's a whistle on the loose ball.
You don't always see that from Jay Collado, that up fake, flyby, one dribble, and pull up.
He's doing it like a guard, right?
Yeah.
Step back three. And he gave us a smile after that.
Well, you know, maybe if you've hit that number of three-pointers that he has had in this game, he's had 3 already. Gotta have that kind of confidence to hit those kinds of shots.
Tawagan natin doon, Javi. Heat check. There you go.
3-point field goals on your screens. 5 out of 9 already for the Vanguards. 1 out of 10 lamang para sa Sarangani.
That's 3 threes from Collado. Dalawa mula kay Pamboy Raimundo. 6 on the shot clock. Gabo. Down to 3 seconds. Hesed. Wow, what a feed to Byron Villarias.
No look pass right there to Byron Villarias, who hasn't been hitting from the outside, but has made his mark inside the shaded area, courtesy of that beautiful pass galing kay Hesed Gabo.
Well, there's a reason why he's number 2 in the league in terms of assists. Talking about Hesed Gabo at 6.6 per game. Ludovice had to fire, and he will score with that 3.
Oh, let's see if this could light a fire from underneath Ivan Ludovice. He has really been shackled by the defense of Nueva Ecija so far in this game.
5 points para kay Ludovice. Mabulak trying to muscle his way through. He will score.
I've said this time and time again, I've covered this guy for so long already. When you go up against Junmar Fajardo in practice every day, then if you're going up against smaller big men, then maybe mas madali na talaga yun.
Some back and forths here happening in the second quarter. 41 to 35 our score. A lot different from our first quarter action as our teams are slowly getting their groove on the offensive end of the floor. Kaunan with his second basket. Another jump shot for the big guy. Our score, 41 to 35. A minute and change remaining before halftime.
Ang bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag maalis.
Back here in the Orion Sports Complex in Bataan, your second game of your MPBL Saturday following the earlier win. A big win for Jensen. 31 points ang ating disparity, 114 to 83. Don Reverente had a triple-double watch, almost a good one for him, but our best player of the game was Gerald Anderson, who was that spark plug on both ends of the floor for Jensen. At 16 points, tying his career high here in the MPBL. Back to our action, Nueva Ecija versus Sarangani. 2 undefeated teams here in Bataan. 41-35. Collado will miss on the reverse. Minute remaining. Bounce pass intercepted. Numbers on the other end. Michael Mabulak. One last feed. A miss. Gabo on the putback.
Smallest man on the floor in that vicinity, able to grab the offensive rebound.
Lead is back to 8. Oh, that's a big miscue right there mula kina Ludovice. Right now, Nueva Ecija with a chance to end the quarter with a double-digit lead.
Almost 30 seconds left in this first half. Let's see what Nueva Ecija will do with this offensive.
Gabo, there's that bounce pass to Mabulak. Short rebound, ends up with Shaq Taganas, who just lost space to save that one.
Credit to the effort of Shaq Taganas to try to save that possession para sa Nueva Ecija. You know, these guys just can't seem to take their foot off the gas pedal. Coach Gerson Cabildes always expecting 110% from his players whenever they're on the floor. And that's why nobody from this team averages more than 15 minutes per game except maybe Michael Mabulak and Michael Vico.
We would also like to remind everyone that later on, we will have our main game. Yes, that will be our main game, Valenzuela versus Bataan, as they defend their home court against the likes of Cyrus Baguio, Patrick Abajo, Ronche Buenafe, and company. It has been a star-studded day for us here in the Orion Sports Complex as we thank you for joining us. A lot of people enjoying the action. Our founder, Manny Pacquiao, alongside Mayor Lorely Pacquiao of General Santos City, Governor Rogelio Pacquiao of Sarangani Province, and the rest of our friends watching in the MPBL live stream. Javi was talking about Coach Gerson holding his players accountable each and every time they step on the floor, and they have surely delivered here. For everything that Sarangani gave them, they always had an answer on the other end. Now they try to get another stop with 17 seconds remaining. And they do, right on cue.
That is one of the biggest headaches of coaches coming off a timeout. You want your team to get something going on the offensive and get yourselves a good chance of getting a good shot up. But right there, Nueva Ecija able to force a 5-second backcourt violation.
So does this go alongside what Nueva Ecija has shown us all season long in terms of the change in their play from the first quarter to the second quarter?
Yeah, well, definitely. But during this game, in the first quarter, they really turned on the Jets and wanted to avoid a flat start. This relatively has been one of their most better starts dito sa ating young MPBL season.
There is a 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Hesed Gabo setting things up. There's a screen mula kay Palma. Doesn't use it. 1 second remaining. Gabo. Wow, what a shot from him. And just like that, the Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards go to the locker room at halftime with a double-digit lead, 45-35.
It has been my honor to watch Hesed Gabo develop that perimeter jumper, that outside jumper through the years, from being just a pure slasher, hitting this difficult shot as time expires sa ating first half, and punctuating a strong first half para sa Rice Vanguards, 45-35.
All right. That being said, ang courtside reporter natin na si Janel Llanes. Kasama niya ngayon ang ating player of the half na si Will Macaloni.
Yes, Will, sabi nga ni Coach Gerson na Sarangani is the hardest team you have faced so far. So ano yung pinaka-inensayo nyo para paghandaan ng laro ngayon?
Ayun, mataas yung pahinga namin. So, nag-prepare kami ng mataas for Sarangani because 5-0 din sila. So, yun, lagi kami in-encourage ng boss namin, si Boss Bong. So, kailangan manalo kami ngayon para sa home court namin, mas maganda yung intensity namin.
Ikaw naman, Will, how excited are you dahil nga ang susunod nyo na laro is going to be on your home court?
Very excited kami, the whole team, especially mga homegrown namin. We're very excited because we're facing our friends there in Nueva Ecija.
Thank you very much. Once again, that was William Macaloni of the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Before we officially go into halftime, we invite you to watch our top 5 plays of the week dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Oh, what a move. Espiritu with a finish. See how he was able to evade the defense nang wala si Acuna dun bigla.
Beautiful counter with that behind the back, and the secondary with that in and out, getting the defense out of the way. Personal on Paolo. Sideline throw in para sa Makati. Jokno crosses over, drives to the middle, and one opportunity for Ken's Jokno. That crossover.
Kahit dalawa pa yan, di ba?
Yun, sumabay pa si Malyari doon.
To get BJ Serios off guard and still was able to finish despite the defense.
Australia. All the way through. Mondragon right in front of him. They cross over. Andoy. The kick out. Sala for three. Yes!
Gandang ankle breaker yung kay Estrella.
I want to see that again. Look at this. Estrella with a crossover. Lord Mondragon, and on the kick out, hindi naman siya pinahiya ni Paul Saha.
Down 5 seconds. Arminion with the basketball. Andre drives. Good draw pass to Nueva. And momentum is on your side, and then your defense breaks down with a drive by Arminion, who's had a splendid third quarter. Talk about Arminion. And Ruaya can close this quarter.
Kahunan, Ludovice are in the game. Ludovice, 2 seconds. Evan looking for a way through. Ludovice to send the game to overtime. Evan Ludovice.
Good shot.
What a comeback for Sarangani. They got a break down the stretch. But Ludovice, the grit and the heart to pull up for this jumper.
Nadulas pa yun. Nadulas pa.
Ivan Ludovice, Jensen and Sarangani. This game is going to overtime.
Basketball League halftime na po ng ating second game of the day between the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards and the Sarangani Marlins. The score is 35-45 in favor of Nueva Ecija. And right now here with me, we have the team manager of the Sarangani Marlins, Sir J.R. Navarro. Sir J.R., after 5 games though, your team is still undefeated. So ano naman reaction ng mga management at ng team owners so far?
Well, we've been proud on how the guys have been playing. Every day I practice for a fact that I know that they give their 110%. Coaches prepare them well, and it's just that the players go out there and complete the task.
And we've really noticed every game that you guys have, you have an unbelievable crowd, so we can't imagine what it would be like in Sarangani. Do you have any plans for a home game in Sarangani very soon?
Yes, we were just informed. I think September during Tuna Festival in Jensen and Sarangani, we'll be holding our first home game for Team Sarangani along with Jensen.
We're absolutely excited for that, and I'm sure your fans are too. Pasalamatan nyo naman po lahat ng sumusuporta sa koponan nyo. Why don't you say thank you?
First off, we want to say thank you to our sponsor, OKBet, Boss Robert, Miss Sir John, and everyone at OKBet, our apparel, Cleon and Clyde, El Supreme. I want to say thank you to Pound for Pound Fitness and happy anniversary. Happy birthday to Miss Claude Calios. Happy belated birthday. On the side of my fiance, Lynn, with her sisters, Shine and Gracia. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir JR. And as you can all witness, we have a lot of excitement dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, so we will be back very soon.
Thank you.
Sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung mayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan na yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas, at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Halftime between the Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards and the Sarangani Marlins. Our score 45-35 after that big second quarter run by Nueva Ecija. They started it with an 8-0 advantage after that 20-18 separation in the first quarter.
Well, Sarangani was very aggressive to start the game, but the vaunted defense of Nueva Ecija ang nangibabaw doon. Conan got some easy baskets underneath, but Will Macaloni had a field day scoring in transition and getting his way inside the paint. Gabby Espinas was able to hit a couple of baskets, but then again, the depth of the roster of Nueva Ecija just on full display sa ating first half. A tall order para sa Sarangani. They will definitely have to up their defensive pressure to stop the offensive firepower that Nueva Ecija has. Bobby Balucanag also joining in on the party.
There is Gabby Espinas also providing some quality minutes para sa Sarangani. Even got a standing ovation mula sa kanyang koponan as he went back to the bench. Sarangani had some opportunities to run, but as Javi mentioned, answers just came all over the place para sa Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards. Tatlong 3-point shots coming in mula kay Jay Collado. Dalawa dyan nanggaling din kay Pamboy Raimundo. There you have the brilliant playmaking as always of Hesed Gabo as one of the top passers in the league. Again, we have a 10-point advantage for the Rise Vanguards. Javi, break it down for us.
Well, field goals sa percentage, di masyado nagkakalayo, but more attempts para sa Nueva Ecija and more makes for them. And the 3-point shooting really made a difference in that first half. Guys like JJ Collado, Pamboy Raimundo connecting from the outside. It was the drive by the guards of Nueva Ecija kicking out to their shooters that made it possible para sa kanila to hit those open 3-point shots. The steals coming off that pressure defense that Nueva Ecija has been known for. Gerson Cabiltes always puts a premium on that to fuel their offense. Leading scorers here at the half, Jay Collado with 12 points, Will Macaloni with 10, Pamboy Raimundo with 6, and Hesed Gabo with 4. Reggie Boy Basibas leading itong Sarangani with Ivan Ludovice and Gabby Espinas with 5 apiece. And it's just gonna take more team effort para sa Sarangani. You don't see Kit Jimenez there. You don't see guys like Paul Sanga on the board yet para sa Sarangani. So expect these guys to bounce back in the second half to give their squad a chance of getting a victory over this very, very deep Nueva Ecija squad.
Again, these two teams are highly motivated as Nueva Ecija will look to stay undefeated. Jana reported a while ago that this is the toughest opponent so far in the season, and they're going to want to accept that challenge, step up to it, and get a big, big victory against this very hungry Sarangani squad, who on the other end are looking to tie things up with Batangas to gain the #1 seed in the South Division. Again, we thank you for joining us. We are coming to you live from the Orion Sports Complex. Mix Gomez, Javi Palanya, and Gian Alyanes at your service for today. Later on, it will be Bataan versus Valenzuela in our third game. Is this a zone, Javi, by Sarangani?
It's a 1-3-1 here by the blue shirts. But Collado getting the offensive rebound, just being foiled by the defense. Jimenez with a steal.
Kit Jimenez hasn't found the rim. Looking to be aggressive at the start of this quarter. Matched up against Michael Vico, who is smiling down to him after getting that stop.
Jimenez, first 2 games here sa ating season, averaged almost 21 points per game. But after that, he has been on top of every opponent's game plan. And like I said at the top of our coverage, he has to learn how to embrace the spotlight and accept that he is a top-tier talent in this league. And he has to really up the ante on his offensive game and embrace the pressure.
Great steal right there. Jimenez is not going to get the ball back. Santa Ana is blocked. And here comes Kit Jimenez. Danger the situation. Turning the ball over. Esed Gabo, one guy to beat. Another miss. And the Nueva will slow it down.
Little helter-skelter basketball by both squads to begin this third quarter.
Paul Sanga, pick and pop. That's his shot. Unfortunately, he cannot get it to go.
That's an open look that he has to make. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities to get those kinds of looks so far dito sa ating laro. Paul Sanga, his 3-point shooting will be much needed para sa Sarangani in the second half.
Sanga is still scoreless. Got the steal on that one. Tapped it away to Kit Jimenez. Here's Sanga, stopping and popping for 3. It's too strong. Kabila naman. Esed Gabo. They swing it over to Villarias. That's a shooter on the other end. Consecutive misses here from both of our teams. Jimenez will fire. And finally, he makes a shot.
Rare open shot right there by Kit Jimenez, and he capitalizes. Let's see if this can do wonders for his confidence as Rico gets another tough shot inside the paint.
There you see, always an answer from Nueva Ecija on the other end as Jimenez gets hit hard. Collado had his hands up. Unfortunately, Jimenez was going full speed.
Well, that definitely was going to be a foul on JJ Collado, but Kit Jimenez just went so hard at JJ Collado, and he is just a brick wall. Talking about the big man out of Lyceum Subic.
And he was just a little bit too late establishing his position against a very quick Kit Jimenez, who's slowly gaining his momentum after getting his first basket of the ball game.
I don't think Nueva Ecija has a case right here. As you saw on the replay, he was backing up still when Kit Jimenez went up for the layup. Didn't really establish position like you said to be able to draw the offensive foul.
Jimenez is still on the floor because he did get hit in the face.
Ooh, I think natamaan yung ilong niya. But he's up right now. Still looks a little bit shaken up.
But the good thing is, there doesn't seem to be any bleeding happening. from Kit Jimenez. Surely he's a tough guy. He's a fan favorite for sure. And this can be crucial for Kit Jimenez and Sarangani as they try to build on with their momentum here in the third quarter. And speaking of Sarangani, Gian Llanes has a report for us regarding their squad. G, go ahead.
Sa laro na ito. Once again, according to Coach John Calios, alam niya sila ang underdog sa laro na ito, but he's embraced it because in his words, I've always loved an underdog success story. Lalo daw sa huli nilang laro, nakita niya na anything is possible until the final buzzer. And for this game daw, pinag-aralan ni Coach John lahat ng anggulo ng Nueva Ecija, saying, from their strengths to their weaknesses, my team has prepared for it. Ngayon, he is reminding his boys to be more hungry. Lalo daw sa depensa nila, ipakita daw nila na against the odds, kaya nila manalo. Before this half, he shares, you know what guys, it's the simple things. Kailangan nyo lang itaas ang kamay nyo at makuha natin ang momentum. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Chief, for that report. And I wonder, coming from that story of Gian, as you take a look at this replay, great passing mula sa Nueva Ecija leading on to a basket para kay Will Macalun. So merong listahan si Coach John Calios ng strengths and weaknesses ng Nueva Ecija. I wonder kung ano yung nakalagay sa weaknesses.
Yun na nga eh, because for me, I don't see a lot of them, especially in this game.
And just like that, they've had an answer to that Kit Jimenez, should I say mini onslaught, with 2 free throws and a 3-point shot. Another basket for Sarangani here, but they're gonna need to make a stop and build their momentum. Wow! That was a feed that did not look like a pass. Beautifully executed. Unfortunately, no conversion. Paul Sanga, catch and fire. There's going to be a call against Sarangani.
Oh, that was an open shot right there by Paul Sanga. But Sarangani called for that offensive foul. And on the other end, oh, here's that previous sequence. There is that screen that Jordan Santa Ana tried to set. Obviously, an extension of the hip going backwards.
Balik tayo. Nueva Ecija against that zone of Sarangani. The kick out. Villarias for 3. It's short. Rebound Wico. That's one of the best things that he does as a guard. Pamboy. 2 baskets to his name. Couldn't make it 3. Battled for the loose ball. It ends up with Sarangani. And that's a clear path to the rim para kay Jordan Santa Ana.
Well, you were mentioning the weaknesses of Nueva Ecija in this game. Maybe one of those was like what happened in that previous possession. Nagagawa na naman sila sa rebound.
Will Macaloni answering back here. That has happened time and time again. 2 players just getting that ball. It ends up with a scramble. Macaloni is now up to 15 points. Ludovice matched up against Mabula. Ludovice will miss from 3. Rebound Macaloni. Forward pass, big guy ahead. Mabula for 2. Ludovice got hit hard. We're gonna have to take the replay on that, or see the replay on that, as he's still on the floor, holding on to his breath. Did you see, Javi, what happened the previous
I
play?
actually didn't see it. I was very much concentrated on the play that Mabulak was able to make. And to comment on that, that is one of the strengths that the big men of Nueva Ecija have. They might be, you know, wide-bodied guys, but they have the ability to run the floor. You see that Michael Mabulak beating everybody down.
Exactly. And we talked about that a while ago. If you have your big man running, you have no choice. You have to give it to him.
And the willingness of the guards of Nueva Ecija to give that forward pass.
So Ludovice will be taking a breather here. And it's going to be an 8-second violation as Andoy Estrella was not aware of the shot clock. 5 minutes and 22. Nueva Ecija holding on to a 10-point lead. Sarangani, they have been whispering from behind time and time again. Just so happens that Nueva Ecija, they always have an answer. Here's Wico. They swing it to Iloan. Good block. Recovery by Iloan. Pamboy, 2 threes to his name. Make that three!
Another turnover converted into a basket para dito sa Nueva Ecija. That was turnover 19 for Sarangani.
And they force a missed shot here. Pamboy Raimundo. They go to their other best three-point shooter in Oiloan. And then proceeding inside to Wico. Good feed mula kay Mabulak.
You could just see the awareness of the Nueva Ecija players of where their teammates will be on the floor. Michael Mabulak didn't really have the clear vision. He was not looking at him directly, but the peripheral vision and just the chemistry and the experience playing with each other, knowing where he will be on the floor that time, delivering it to Wico right away for the deuce.
The hustle of Michael Wico paying off here, as now it is a 15-point lead for Nueva Ecija. Biggest lead of the ball game for the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards at 15 points. Will Macaloni in double figures leading the way alongside Michael Mabulak, who has been playing very well here in this third quarter. 59 to 44 with 4 minutes and 41 remaining here in the third frame. Again, we thank you for joining us. Migs Gomez, Javi Palanya, and Gianna Llanes at your service. Your second game of your MPBL Saturday triple header between two undefeated teams, Sarangani and Nueva Ecija. Here's Kit Jimenez. He has 5 points so far in the third. Shot clock at 10. Jimenez. That's short. One guy ahead, Uilon had to give it up. Mabulak, 2 guys to pass on to. And he gives it up to Wico.
Now that's just not going to cut it for Sarangani. Kit Jimenez asking for a clear out, eventually getting a screen, but not using it and pulling up from way out of the 3-point range.
On the other end, Kit Jimenez staying aggressive that time around. Cutting off of that post-up mula kay Gabby Espinas. As you take a look at this replay.
Sidestep, handoff. Michael Wico adjusting in midair to get the shot off. Mabulak, another unselfish play by him.
Mabulak and Wico reversing roles. The big man passing it over to the guard. Well, that's how talented these players are. Mabulak coming from Bacoor as one of their top performers. Wico from Pampanga. There's that battle for the rebound again. 2 players from Nueva Ecija battling it out. 13 to 9 in terms of offensive rebounding, and then 15 to 2 in second chance points. The effort just paying off for the Rice Vanguards. Macaloni, great move.
Exquisite sidestep by the big man right there.
So that's 2 side steps from your 2 big men, respectively. 3 minutes and 30 in the third. Gabby Espinas, they're down by 18, the largest
Eye on one person alone. And Kit Jimenez has to realize that he doesn't have to carry this team on his shoulders by shouldering the offensive load solely by himself. He has to realize that this has to be a total team effort because he has to make the defense of Nueva Ecija guessing as the Rice Vanguards get another point in transition.
Beautiful execution. Jonathan Uiloan turning defense into offense, getting that steal and then giving it up to Renz Palma. 65-45. Espina's turning around, cannot make a shot. Nueva Ecija just taking control here in the third. Give and go. Pamboy gets it back. 14 on the shot clock. Raimundo just circling the defense. Taganas. Rebound Marilao. Here's Kit Jimenez. Can Sarangani capitalize off that miss? Estrella for three. No! Jonathan Oilon and Coach Jerson Cabiltes instructing their team to slow it down. Pamboy, they have 12 on the shot clock. Macaloni. They did not give it to him. Palma misses the layup. Battle for the rebound, and it ends up with Macaloni. He will score.
And despite the score, the Rice Vanguards still battling for every 50-50 ball. And right there, coming up with another basket off that recycle.
9 out of the 19 points of Will Macaloni coming in the third quarter. Jonathan Iloan just pressuring Kit Jimenez with the best of his ability.
Now you see here, Migs, Sarangani has a trouble getting into their offensive sets because of the backcourt pressure that Nueva Ecija is exerting on them. And that's the reason why they're forced into a lot of hurried shots on offense.
Here's Gumaro with a step back. It's too strong. Rebounded by Palma. Sarangani just can't get it going. 22-point lead. Macaloni spinning his way. Will Macaloni. Taganas could not get that board, and it will go to Sarangani. Here we have the quick shuffle of players para kay Coach Jerson Cabiltes. Pair of guards coming in, Hesed Gabo and Philip Manalang. You can see the versatility, the luxury that Coach Jerson has with the amount of talent that he has on his roster. Donald Gumaro. This guy came from Iloilo. He will fire that three. It's too strong. Rebound. Could not be controlled by Tricky Peromingan. And it will belong to the Rice Vanguards.
No movement whatsoever on offense para sa Sarangani. They're not running any plays. It's almost all isolation plays and ball screen movements. Hindi nahihirapan yung depensa ng Nueva Ecija.
67-45, a minute and 10 here in the third. Here's Manalang being defended by Gumaru. Down to 7 on the shot clock. Macaloni. That's short. One more try and he gets the foul.
Gets his own miss off his own shot. And able to go up strong to draw a foul. Nobody has proven that they can stop Will Macaloni inside that shaded area. If JJ Collado is able to do it from the outside, Will Macaloni has been doing most of the damage for Nueva Ecija inside the paint.
And he's able to show us a barrage of moves. May sidestep pa tayo nakita kanina. As he now eclipses the 20-point mark for his individual performance for today. (68-45), a minute and 1 second remaining here in the third. Question is, can Sarangani find an answer so that they can build the momentum entering the fourth quarter? Because right now, everything is still going Nueva Ecija's way.
Well, 24-point lead right now, Migs, with a minute remaining in this third quarter. We know how Sarangani was able to come back in that game against Gensan. But this is already looking to be an insurmountable lead little by little. So they will have to trim down this deficit right away.
To your point, they were able to delete that 15-point lead in their previous match against, or the 15-point deficit that they had against Gensan. But yes, it has evolved into a 24-point cushion here for Nueva Ecija. Here's Manalang. Screen up top mula kay Shaq Taganas. Philip. 32 seconds here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gabo showing us his dribbling skills. No foul called, and it ends up with Sarangani. Here's Perumingan, tapped away by Manalang from behind.
You might not expect Manalang to give you points, to give you something on the offensive end, but that is something that you can definitely get from him. That peskiness and that nose for the ball on the defensive end.
Great effort mula kay Philip Manalang. So it forced Sarangani to a baseline inbound. There's a pushing foul here. 13 seconds remaining. So no more shot clock here para sa Sarangani Marlins. Sideline inbound for Paul Sanga. Oh, that's a costly turnover. Shaq Taganas running the floor. And he falls down. On the other end, Sanga. 3 seconds to go. Paul Sanga. He gets that layup to go. And that's going to do it for our third quarter action. Shaq Taganas getting some cheers mula sa kanyang koponan for that marvelous effort.
See here this last play by Paul Sanga to finish the third quarter, hanging in the air and finishing on the bank shot. Deciding to put the ball on the floor instead of pulling up for that three-pointer because he has been offline from that distance so far in this game.
What a big third quarter for Nueva Ecija. 69-47, building a big lead against Sarangani. As you take a look at some highlights in the big numbers of Will Macaloni. Very efficient from the field at 67% and perfect from the line.
Just a great performance by Will Macaloni, leading his team here. At any given time, anyone can step up para dito sa Nueva Ecija. That is why it's so hard to go up against them.
69-47. We'll be back for your fourth quarter.
Sports ang laging iisipin. Sa droga ay huwag maalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao.
Welcome back, mga kaliga. Again, we are here in the Orion Sports Complex, your second game of your MPBL Saturday between Sarangani and Nueva Ecija. These two teams looking to stay undefeated in our OKBet 2022 Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. A foul will be called against the Rice Vanguards, who dominated the third quarter to say the least. Ensign po, starting with Renz Palma alongside Philip Manalang, Bobby Balocanag, and Shaq Taganas against Danny Marilao, Ricky Perumingan, Jochen Gabriel, Donald Gumaru, and Paul Sanga.
And you just saw the quarter scoring on your screens. Nueva Ecija has held Sarangani to less than 20 points in all of the three quarters that we've had, the highest being the 18 points nung third.
The question is, can they continue here in the fourth? The basketball. But there's the effort mula kay Renz Palma. Another chance for Nueva Ecija. Balucanag inside.
It just amazes me. You know, some of these guys, most of them have PBA experience already. And you would think coming down here to the MPBL, you know, medyo mababa yung laro nila ng konti because, you know, they've seen it. They've seen playing at a high level. But the hard work and the work ethic that these guys put in whenever they're on the court, talagang very admirable. And that's a testament to the kind of coaching that Coach Gerson has dito sa team niya.
And it dominoes to each other as Johnson Gabriel is running the floor. He cannot score with a two. Bobby Balocanag with a stop there against three purple shirts.
Yeah, Bobby B. I call him sometimes the mutant because I don't know how he does what he does on the floor.
Great stop mula kay Bobby Balocanag in Nueva Ecija. It will be a baseline inbound for Sarangani as we listen to our courtside reporter, Gianna Llanes.
Migs and Javi, if there's anyone extremely excited for their upcoming home game in Nueva Ecija, it has to be homegrown player Bobby Balocanag. Born and raised in Lupao, Nueva Ecija, sabi ni Bobby, na-dream niya talaga makalaro ng pro game sa hometown niya and his entire family will be at the venue on Tuesday. He adds na, pati pag off-season daw, he makes sure na umuwi talaga siya sa probinsya to also help inspire young basketball players in his area to stay